Before we go ahead and get this engine installed in the 47 CJ2a, I just wanted to point out something that I've researched online. Apparently there's two bolts that are really critical when mating your engine to your bell housing, and they look like this. They cut slightly longer shoulder, fine thread, and if you look on the side of your engine, side of your block here, there's two ears, one on each side. So there's one here. It goes through your plate. You'll notice that it sticks out a little bit, that the unthreaded part. If you go to the other side of the engine, again, right here, same bolt. Okay, and these bolts are very specific length. And when you're going to mount your bell housing, I'm going to be installing the bell housing on the engine, on the transmission first, sorry. See how you line up your engine to your bell housing. And from what I read, these bolts are very important because in theory, what's going to happen is they're going to make it so that your engine and your bell housing, there's not a lot of movement between the two of these. And so apparently this collar is actually a really important piece. And so just going to the hardware store and buying a regular bolt may not be sufficient. So I purchased these online. They were very expensive because I didn't have them. I think they were like $25 a bolt. But from what I was reading, it seemed like a really important, critical thing. So I went ahead and spent the money on them. Probably could have made them myself now that I see them in person. But anyway, I just figured I'd throw that tip out there. And you'll see as I go to install the engine later that I'm going to use these two bolts to help line up the engine to the bell housing once it's mounted on the Jeep. Well, just a quick update here on the 47. Got the engine ready to go in. Spend some time getting the bell housing bolted on, throw out bearing and fork. We also got the pedal assembly on, clutch pedal and brake pedal with the bar the rod. Once we get the engine in place, then I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the bell crank in place for the clutch and get all that set up. Well, and there it is. Our L head is right mounted in the 2A here. Gonna tighten some bolts up. Use this floor jack combination of the lift. It's a little bit of a pain to get it in, but once it got engaged, went right in. We got our special studs here lined right up. And again, I didn't have any factory bolts for these, so I just used grade 8s for the rest of them. And it looks pretty good. The engine looks to be sitting pretty level. And as you saw in the video, I had just taken these 2 bolts here and used a chain that I got at O'Reilly's to use with the engine hoist, and it worked out pretty good. And like I said before, I used the floor jack to help put that on the bell housing to help adjust the transmission while I was using the cherry picker to adjust the engine. And just a little bit back and forth, and eventually it slid right in. So here we go. Now it's in, and now we can start getting all the accessories on it and hopefully get it fired up soon. Thanks for watching.